Discard decks are very underrated in the current Marvel Snap meta, but these decks are smashing, and the current Season Pass card Nebula works very good in these decks. So if you're ready to see this discard deck in action, how it can win you some cubes, then you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button. Let's go snap it.
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, Marvel Snap fans. Welcome back to the Valley Snap channel. I am ValleyFlyin. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, we are talking about one of the strongest archetypes in the current meta that not a lot of people are talking about, not a lot of people are playing, the discard archetype. Now, it does make use of one of the previous season pass cards in MODOK, which just got reduced to Series 4, but it also makes use of the current season pass card in Nebula. So let's go take a look at this deck. Before we do though, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button for more great Marvel Snap content. Normally when things are on schedule, at least 5 Marvel Snap videos per week on this channel. Usually there's more about tips, tricks, deck ideas, and everything to help you in Marvel Snap. But let's go take a look at this deck and this new season pass card, Nebula. Works very, very well in this deck. And because every time your opponent doesn't play a card here, we're trying to lock down a few locations. We got a few cards that are going to gain power in Nebula and Sunspot. Also Dracula and Apocalypse that are going to just gain this power there. Morbius as well. So a lot of cards that could gain power. Nebula is one of them. Works very, very well in this deck. If you don't have Nebula yet, you don't have this season pass card, well, you could put another 1-cost card like an Iceman, like even an Elektra that could take out decks that feature Nebula right now. So we also have Sunspot in this deck, another card that could gain power. This card is going to gain power as we skip turns, so every unspent energy is going to go to power for Sunspot. Morbius also gains power, so as we are discarding cards with our Sif, with our Colleen Wing, with our MODOK, well, Morbius is gaining power each time a card is discarded, so works very well. Ideally, we would like to use Colleen Wing to discard our Swarm. That's going to give us 2 0-cost Swarms. Then when we discard them again, we're going to get a bunch of 0-cost Swarms if we are able to do that on turn 5 with MODOK. Wolverine is in this deck. Normally, we don't want to play Wolverine, but we do want to get Wolverine discarded either by Sif or Colleen Wing. Usually it's Colleen Wing or MODOK that is discarding Wolverine, but sometimes in fringe cases, Sif can discard Wolverine. We normally want Lady Sif discarding the highest card cost in our highest cost card in our hand. Usually we want that to be Apocalypse. We want her discarding Apocalypse. So if Apocalypse isn't on our hand, usually I don't play Lady Sif. Storm is in there for some location control. We have a bunch of cards that we can play behind Storm to give us the lead. We talked about Morbius, we talked about Nebula, and we also talked, we didn't talk about Dracula, but Dracula is another great card that we play on turn 4, right behind that turn 3 Storm. They're not going to be able to reach that location. There's no way that they can Enchantress this. There's no way that they could Shang-Chi this. There's really no counters for Dracula except getting a bad draw. And yeah, because all the stuff that Dracula does is after the game. So if we get a bad draw, that's bad. But with this deck, we're usually not getting a bad draw. MODOK is a great turn 5 play if we manage to get that in hand. And hopefully we also have Apocalypse in hand. So not only are we discarding all of our hand and hopefully making our Morbius stronger, but hopefully discarding Apocalypse a few times during the match, making that stronger. That way we can either on turn 6 play our Apocalypse, we could play our America Chavez, or we could play our Apocalypse, or we could play our America Chavez, getting that 9 power out and having our Dracula discard our Apocalypse, giving a bunch of power to that Dracula in whatever lane he's in. So this is the deck, guys. It's just a normal discard deck. No Hela in this deck, no Invisible Woman, just making use of Morbius, Swarms, Colleen Wing, Dracula, and Apocalypse. That package goes very well together. But Nebula works very well in this deck. So let's take this deck into action, guys. All right, we have a Sunspot and a Nebula. Which one do we want to play first? I think let's go with the Nebula right now. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to reach Plunder Castle. Maybe with our America Chavez, maybe if we destroy our Apocalypse a lot, we can place that down on the final turn of the game. No MODOK or anything like that. I don't think I want to destroy Wolverine or play Wolverine. I think I'd rather have him get discarded by either MODOK or even that Lady Sif. All right, so we have our Nebula going. And, oh, it is Lech Aguila. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's not get any more rocks in our deck. Let's go with Lech Aguila. Storm is going to change up that location. The question is, do we play that Dracula behind Lech Aguila and try to win location with something else? Maybe Sunspot just going crazy. Let's see what they play. They're also playing on that Lech Aguila location. They're going 0. What could they be loading? Turn 4, 0. I think what we do go with the Dracula now. If we get a Modok, we're going to get a few different discards. We'll destroy that Swarm as well. That'll be great for us. Lady Sif, at this point, would destroy both Swarm and Wolverine. Are they going Typhoid Mary? They got a big Typhoid Mary. We're going to need a big discard. We still don't have Apocalypse in hand. We will get a bunch of these 0-cost cards. 0-cost Swarms. And we'll get another Wolverine added somewhere as well. Let's go to Modok right now. And we will get a bunch of Swarms. And we'll also get an America Chavez coming. All right, task mastering that Typhoid Mary. All right, so we want to get the 9 power there. Nothing for Dracula to discard. Once we play on America Chavez, we can play a Swarm. We get 3 power from the Swarm plus the extra 2 power from Nebula. No cards being played there. I think we may get Plunder Castle. We maybe get Baxter Building. We definitely got the flooded location. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to play on Plunder Castle and Baxter Building though. Let's go with this. They're going Plunder Castle. They abandoned that. Oh, it's gonna be close. All right, so the one that I thought we had, the flooded location, we lose, but we get the Baxter Building, and I guess we get the flooded, and we get the Plunder Castle as well. So the one I thought we had in the bag, we lost, but then we won the other 2, so we get the victory. All right, we got a Sif, Colleen Wing, and Modok, looking pretty good so far. They might try to win Asgard. But if they don't, let's throw the Nebula there. A little risky. It's a good chance that they're playing something there, but they don't play something there. Maybe no 1-cost cards in their hand. And let's go ahead and throw Morbius. We're going to get Morbius down on the right location. Now they're forced to choose. All right, they're going Lizard. And we're gonna swap hands. Not great. That's not what we want. Let's go ahead and discard our Apocalypse once. Or Sif, this could screw us up totally though. There's our Apocalypse getting discarded. We're gonna give them, unfortunately, that discard. All right, good. We draw the Storm. Lucky for us, we draw the Storm. We're not going to be switching hands there. We don't want to switch hands. We don't have a Dracula. Let's see what we pull on this next turn. All right, so they storm it for us. Nice. All right, so there's a Maximus Lizard, probably looking at some kind of location control with Sarah. I'm expecting Sarah to come out now. They get 2 cards from Asgard. So we can Modok now, discarding everything in our hand. That'll load up Morbius. We should be able to win that lane. I do want to see if we could get a bunch of cards into the Asgard lane. Do we snap now? We have Apocalypse in hand. It's going to be pretty strong Apocalypse. I guess the big question that not sure of is Morbius. Do I actually play this Modok on that flooded location? I think I do. Let's actually snap and lock in this turn. Morbius is going to be very strong. We'll have Right now, that is 12. We'll have a 16 power Apocalypse that we could throw down there. There's the Sarah that we were expecting.
Enough said, bub.
Right, so where do we want to play? I think what we do want to do is load up on Asgard, reducing the power of that lizard. We could go here, here, and just for a little bit more power in case they're not playing on the hollow lane. The hollow. So we have the flooded location. I don't think they win there. The extra 16 power and that 4 being reduced from that lizard. I don't think they win there. And in case they're loading something up and not playing at all on hollow, we should win there as well. I think we got these lanes pretty secured. Let's see if they do something surprising on us. They throw down 3 cards. What are their big 3 cards there? There's a Juggernaut moving them. No, moving to the flood location. So we win that even more. And here comes a Silver Surfer, but it is not enough. Not nearly enough for this discard deck. We get the easy win. All right, we have a Morbius, Wolverine. We have Storm all on turn 1. We're going to go play this Sunspot so we're not losing too many tempo points here. Turn 2, I think we get Morbius down. And I think we play that in the middle to give us a separate win condition here. Sunspot would have been better in the middle, but we played it. We already played it. So we'll play that Morbius there in case he gets too big. Won't be able to get Shang-Chi'd. It can get Enchantress, though. It can get Valkyrie. So there is a risk with this one. Let's see what that final location is. And I think we're going to Storm on turn 3. The question is, do we Storm Lechaguila on the left or do we Storm a location that has yet to be revealed on the right? They have Ghost there. And they're going Nebula. All right, so Storm there wouldn't be the greatest. Then we wouldn't be able to play too much. Although if we go... If we draw our Apocalypse, they're not going to be able to compete if we throw our Dracula behind Storm there at that Asteroid M location. Let's leave that Lechaguila up. They're already playing on Asteroid M. All right, so we storm this location. Maybe they're expecting a card to get drawn over, a 3 or 4 cost card. It's not. They're going to ramp something up. Oh, this is beautiful for us. I think we snap. Reload the Dracula there. MODOK on Wakanda. And we could either play the Apocalypse or play the America Chavez that we get. Got a nice path to victory at this point. What do they do? Are they going to do something to counter us? I don't think they could counter that Dracula. We're going to need big points in Dracula with America Chavez, a big 9 there. Unfortunately, our Sunspot not gaining a lot of power there. And they are ramping up again. Okay. So let's discard all of these cards now. We'll load up our MODOK.
Opponent snapped.
Yes, snap back. I love it. All right, let's see what they got. What do you got? All right, we're going to discard everything. MODOK is, our Morbius is going to get stronger.
Enough said, bub.
Oh, Wolverine goes to Lechaguila. All right, so we have a 12 power. Oh, it is Kang. All right, are they going to snap again? They're rewinding their turn. All right, let's rewind everything. Let's bring it back. All right, we're going to do that exact same play. We're going to throw down MODOK right in the middle. And maybe we get lucky with where Wolverine goes. Will he still go to Lechaguila, or we maybe go to that flooded location? Or even Wakanda. We want to win these 2 lanes, the middle and the right. Where do they go now? That tricky Kang play. All right, we're discarding everything again. Wolverine also goes back to Lechaguila. They go Lady Sif, destroying a Giganto. Do they have Hela to bring that back? Do they have a Ghost Rider to bring that back? They could bring that back at any location. Nine will be enough. They'll have 10 with the 2 from Nebula. We'll just slightly beat that with our 11 on the flooded location. We'll have 26 in the middle, and we'll have 4 Leche Aguila. I'm pretty confident here. Let's go lock that in. Unless they have a way to reach that flooded location, there's not much they can do. They're bringing back their Giganto, but we get a big win in the center. We have a big win on that flooded location. Goes exactly like we thought, and we get the 4 cubes. But they played that so beautifully as well. All right, we have a Colleen Wing, we have a Nebula and a Lady Sif. Kunlun, the card moves there, giving it +2 power. Let's throw down Nebula. Let's throw that down on the far right. Throwing it down blind, seeing where they're gonna play. They have a Colleen Wing, but no Swarm in hand yet. We have a Lady Sif, no Apocalypse in hand yet. They throw down a Nightcrawler. We move, and an ugly Leche Aguila is that location. I don't think I want to play Colleen Wing. It'll destroy that Lady Sif. I'd like to get an extra destruction of that Apocalypse. So let's wait on this one, at least until we at least have Swarms in hand. All right, they're playing a Dagger that can be moved. So, oh, playing a move type deck. I think we're turn 3, to a Lady Sif destroying Apocalypse. Turn 4, just Sunspot, I think, is what we do. So again, no way that they could play more cards. That Nebula is getting stronger and stronger, but it is opened up to a Killmonger, which they may not have in their deck, considering they threw down a Nightcrawler on turn 1. All right, so they get rid of the Collapse Mine stuff. Don't think we could skip turn 5 because we have a MODOK in hand. We don't have Dracula. We didn't pull some of these ideal cards that we want. Can we go Storm there now? I'm not really confident in this play line. Using they get a card in back of that Nebula. So they're going to need to play at Kunlun. All right, so they're bringing those cards over. And they got a giant Dagger there. We can MODOK on the flooded location. Ooh, the Collapse Mine really screwed this play line up. See what they throw down. They are throwing at a Hulkbuster down on the flooded location. Okay, so we win the flooded location. And we're probably going to win Leche Aguila as well. Right, nothing to play on that card. I think we just throw down this 16 power Apocalypse right in the middle. We'll win the flooded location. If they move these cards over with a move deck, they may win Leche Aguila, but I don't think they're going to be able to win the flooded location and the Collapse Mine. All right, so I think we got this as far as a victory. Even if they Heimdall, they could win Leche Aguila, but they wouldn't win the Collapse Mine. There goes a Nightcrawler, pulling that over, and it is Heimdall. So we get the flooded location. We just win Leche Aguila to get the victory. Not an ideal play, but I think neither of us had good cards, and this is how it ended up. So that is this discard archetype in action, guys. Hopefully you enjoy this deck, and hopefully you could use it to sneak up on your opponents. It seems like since the MODOK season passed, we've had Nimrod, we've had Hitmonkey, we're currently in Nebula. Seems like people are forgotten about this discard. So hopefully you enjoy this deck. Hopefully this version of discard works for you. I think this works a little better than the Hela version, but if you like the Hela version, this these cards still work with Hela, and you could use them Hela maybe as a backup to this deck. That is it though, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this deck. Hopefully it helps you climb up the ranks to infinite this season. Hopefully it wins you a lot of cubes. I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. I'll see you guys next time.